Hey, what's up guys? So in this video I wanted to talk about the importance of protein in your diet. Now there are approximately 20 or so amino acids that can make up a protein. 8 of these are considered essential, which basically means that your body cannot produce them on its own, so you need to get them through your diet. Now protein is the only macronutrient that supplies nitrogen to drive lean tissue growth. So although yes, protein is really important in building muscle, it's also important to know the other functions that protein has within the body. Upon digestion, amino acids from ingested proteins enter what is called the free amino acid pool. The amino acids can be diverted to different areas of the body for utilization just depending on what the body needs at that time. For example, some amino acids are used as an energy source through their conversion to glucose. Protein can actually be converted into fat, but it's a really hard process for your body. Protein is the least likely macronutrient to actually be stored as fat. Protein's digestion, metabolism, and storage actually causes your body to use a lot of energy. This energy is actually released as heat, so some of you guys might notice after you intake a great deal of protein that your body might kind of feel warmer than normal. Ingesting large amounts of protein can account for upward of 20% of your daily energy expenditure. This means that 20% or even more of your protein that you ingest is actually lost as heat and can't be stored as fat in unwanted areas. To me, the best sources of protein are all from animal sources. Animal proteins are complete, meaning they contain all the essential amino acids that our body can use to build our own proteins. There are also many sources of plant proteins as well, but these sources are incomplete, meaning they are low in one or more of the essential amino acids. Also, they're not as concentrated as the animal proteins are. Having said this, I believe that vegetarians will have a harder time than meat eaters to put on muscle. Now, good protein sources are generally low in fat. While I made a video talking about why it's important to get different fats in your diet, it is actually possible to get too much of a good thing. You want most of the calories to come from protein, not from the fat. So for example, the best protein sources in my opinion are basically lean cuts of beef, fish. I personally have salmon, usually like 3 to 4 times a week. Lean ground turkey, chicken, which usually only contains about 1 gram of fat. Whey protein powder, egg whites, and for some casein protein, some low-fat cottage cheese at night. Now, some people actually believe that high protein consumption day in and day out is actually a risk to your health. People have said that high protein intake causes bone loss, or kidney problems and things like that. But these things just aren't true, guys. There's been accurate and extensive research to prove otherwise. In fact, studies suggest that diets with higher protein actually help with weight loss more than other diets with lower protein amounts. Now let's talk about how much protein you should be getting in a day. A good rule of thumb is for active people to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And that's actually what I stick to and I've been doing for a while. Some people swear by eating at least 1.5 grams to 2 grams per pound of body weight, and most of those people happen to be like heavy lifters or strength training athletes. The fact is there really hasn't been any research to confirm that going over 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight will make any difference. So the jury's still kind of out on that. So what do you guys want to take from this basically? Like I said earlier, studies have shown that high intakes of protein in your diet don't affect your overall health. In fact, they could have health benefits. So what I recommend is you stick to the rule of thumb and get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And if you're a strength training athlete, maybe experiment with 1.5 grams to 2 grams and see if you get any results from it. But the worst that could happen is you just end up excreting the additional protein, which just, costs extra money and that's about it, but it doesn't really pose any health concerns. Thanks for checking out this video, guys. If you have any more questions regarding protein, please leave a comment. Get your protein in, and I'll see you guys next time. Health for Thought.